And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today, we are talking about education. We're talking about college degrees, university degrees, and what your next step is as a man of high value, trying to move forward to establish himself, trying to move forward to become rich, because you got to get rich, man. There's no excuse to not becoming rich in the world that we're living in today. Absolutely no excuse, because the world needs jobs. And instead of having a job, you should be one creating jobs. And that's what we're all about on this channel. In order for us to create prosperity, joy, happiness for everyone on the planet. So where do we start? Well, first of all, why do I say that college is an absolute waste of time? Completely waste of time. Shouldn't even be in your thought process, none so ever, in my opinion. I've gone to college. I thought it was a waste of time. I became the class president my first year of college. Like, literally. Do you know what I did in order to become class president? It's ridiculous. Everyone comes up and they do their 2 minutes or 3 minutes explaining why they're supposed to be class president. You know what I did? I went up there and then I sang, "Oh baby, let me be your little teddy bear." And I sang Elvis Presley, and guess what? I won. Like, that's it. I literally just sang the song, took 2 minutes, and then I sat down and I got most votes. Like, it's silly. So anyway, that's like the beginning aspect of my college experience, where I was not a partier, I was not a drinker, I didn't do any of that stuff, and I was actually there to study to become rich. Who in their right mind goes to college or university to get rich? It's ridiculous. I didn't know that at the time, but you go to college or university in order to get a job. Job stands for just over broke, which is fantastic when you're building a business. You got to have a job when you're building a business on the side, so that you are not completely broke. Because if you're completely broke, you're not going to be able to build a business. Okay, so you have to have a job in order for you to build a business, for sure. But college means that you're literally very often spending money and time in order to get a job one time in the future. That's ridiculous. Like, why would you not be able to get a job right now? Or in other words, 3 jobs right now? Because, you know, like you've mentioned or heard on my channel the last few days and weeks, I've been talking about how it's important that you develop a discipline of working 8 to 12 hours every single day. In my opinion, 12 hours a day is the right amount of time. You've got 4 hours for exercise, for leisure time, for you to relax, but you're building up your future. God gave you the most energy in your teenage years, in your 20s, for a reason, so that you could establish your financial foundation in order for you to get the women of your dreams, to establish a family, for you to create joy and happiness and exponential growth in that happiness and in that wealth for the long term. Okay? Yeah, so people still are talking to me about, you know, I'm considering going to college, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to help you to get to understand where that mindset comes from. Why are you going to college? Why are you even thinking about it? Is it because your parents told you that that's the wise thing to do and you have to do it because your parents are telling you to do it? Will your parents pay your college debt? No. You will be expected to pay that debt. Will your parents do the job that you get after having gone to college? No. You have to do that job. And then not only will you have to do that job, but then you are the one who has to save the little bit of money that you get after taxes is paid, and then try to build up a financial foundation while being just over broke. The biggest expense that you're ever going to have in your lifetime is taxes. That's your biggest expense. In Norway, 2/3 of the money that you get from a job goes directly to taxes. Why is that? Well, approximately 30%, 35%, 40% is taken away immediately upon receiving your paycheck. But then, if you haven't noticed, there are tons of taxes on everything, from diesel, from food, from importing stuff, from this, that, and the other. In total, eventually, it turns out to be 2/3 of the money. So when you get a job, you work from January to August for the government, completely for the government. So you're 2/3 of a slave. The 1/3 that you have left is basically you trying to set up your financial foundation, you trying to set up, things to work in your life. It doesn't work very well that way. So welcome, Elite JD. So understand that aspect is that it's very problematic to think old school. Okay, old school is thinking that college, once you get a college degree, that's going to take care of everything for you. Everything is going to work out wonderfully. Do you know how many people who have college degrees who have lost their jobs in these past 2 months? And I'm not even talking about in America, okay, where tens of millions of people have lost their jobs. I'm thinking worldwide, people that have lost their jobs. And those people, like, they might even have a PhD, which stands for poor, helpless, and desperate. Okay, or Bachelors of Science, which stands for BS. Like, it's ridiculous how problematic it is going into massive college debt very often. Okay, if you're from Norway or one of these fantastic countries that, or have the ability to pay for your college education, like, understand that the college education that you get for free, you will get what you pay for, which means that it's going to be a sucky education in general anyway. Oh, I'm so positive about college education and university. Oh, but what if I want to become a doctor or a lawyer or someone who needs a certificate so that the government knows that I'm knowing what I'm talking about? Well, just because you have a college degree doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about. Most people who go to college never really study. They just pass their exams. And that's why it's ridiculous, because they just party their lives away and then they get good grades or not. Maybe they get bad grades. Some people get good grades, but understand that your employer in the future is not going to hire you because of your good grades. You know why he's going to hire you? Because he likes you. That's why he hires you. Now, yes, you might need credentials in order to get certain jobs, but why would you want a job in the first place where they want credentials? Like, you want to come to a job and the guy likes you so much and you're so committed and you know that you're going to be the one that's most emotionally stable, the one that's most consistent, the one that does his job like best out of everyone, because you're excited to learn and to do the job, and you're trustworthy with money, with the with your employer's time, etc., etc. That's the kind of guy he'll want to hire, right? So if you understand these points, you come out way ahead of everyone who has a college degree and who are nervous about, am I going to get the job or not? If you become good at these two things, there is no need for a college degree. You know what they are? It is people skills and money. If you get good at people skills and taking good care of your money and learning how to make more money and learning how to grow the money that you have, and you've got people skills, you're taken care of for life, because those are the two things that you need in order for you to succeed in business, large scale. If you know how to succeed with people, you know how to sell. If you know how to sell, you can sell any product at any time to anyone. If you know how to sell a product, then you also need to learn marketing. Marketing in the sense of, as many people as possible need to come in and check out my sales process, because my sales process is amazing and my product is amazing. Okay, and my people skills are amazing, but people just don't know about me yet. So you get good at sales and marketing, and you don't educate yourself on those two subjects in school from someone who has never done it themselves. That's what you get from the professors that are there. You want to learn it from people that have succeeded and that are wealthy. that actually have created the lifestyle that you want to create in your own life. Going to school is the worst usage of your time, especially the best years of your life, man. Your teenage years and your 20s, are you kidding me? That's the time when you can actually do crazy stuff and play and do like awesome activities, because you have the health, you've got the energy, you've got the maybe the friends to do it, etc. And you're not bound down by having a family and responsibilities yet. However, in my opinion, you should be preparing for establishing a family in the future. It's ridiculous to waste your time needlessly in your teenage years and your 20s anyway, even if you don't go to college. Like, I'm basically telling you to not only not go to college and double your productivity or triple it or quadruple your productivity in terms of achieving your goals and dreams, but I'm also saying, if you actually choose to not just play around in your teenage years and in your 20s with gaming or skateboarding or all those other things that are great leisure activities that you do once in a while as a reward for having been productive, but if you're actually productive and spend as much time building up your financial foundation with those 8 to 12 hour work days every single day, and then you play the other hours, oh my gosh, like you're literally 10xing or 20xing or 100xing your productivity compared to a guy who's going to school and listening to a professor. Do you know what happens when you're 10 to 100 times more productive than the average guy? You become a multimillionaire very, very quickly. And if you become a multimillionaire very quickly, the probability that you become a billionaire eventually skyrockets. And if that's kind of the thing that you would like to do and that you would appreciate if you had in your life, by doing not only being a billionaire, but actually enjoying the process of becoming a billionaire. Like, in terms of, you love your product and you love the people that you serve, and you love this entire process. All of the money that you're making is just giving you more power to do what you love, and it gives you options to start things that you want to do. Like, look at Elon Musk. He just shot up a rocket into space just a couple of days ago. How did he do that? Because he's been disciplined from the get-go over a long period of time. And he went to college. Okay? Like, he did not get come on board with different projects to become a multimillionaire at an early age because of his credentials. It was because of the things that he did outside of schooling that he became good at what he became good at. Does that make sense? And then he eventually became really, really good at his craft, which was to hype things up and to get investors. That's it. That's the only thing really that Elon Musk has become good at. One-on-one people skills in persuading other people to get him what he wants because he can produce what they want in return. That's what he's done. And guess what? He's got play money right now, and he loves doing what he's doing and is shooting people up into space. Oh my gosh. Okay, you need to have that same mindset of what you can do in the future. And it starts with you not going to college or university, because it is wasting precious time. And you may say that having a full-time job is also wasting precious time, but I'm saying just for a short period of time, for you to develop discipline, for you to develop sales skills of selling yourself and your services to people. Get a job, get 2 jobs, get 3 jobs, just so you know that you can easily get a job anytime you want, and people want to hire you and they want to pay you, a high salary because you're amazing at what you do. At that moment in time, when you know that it's so simple to get a job because I'm amazing at people skills and sales skills, that's when you begin to funnel off some of those jobs, maybe keep just your full-time job or your favorite job, and then you build a business on the side. This process can take less than 3 months. This process can take definitely less than 6 months. How long is 6 months? It's not a 5-year degree. It's 6 months where you simply have a job for a short period of time, and then you leave that job, or you leave those other jobs, you keep the favorite one in order to build a business. That's what I'm talking about here. Get into the business building aspect as fast as possible, developing the habit of working 12-hour days so that you can be productive continuously and constantly. Why are you doing it? Because you want your dreams and goals, and you know that they're easy to get if you have the habit of learning, failing, and working and being productive at a very, very high level. 5 stages of leadership. Allow yourself to be led. That's having a job, having a coach. Lead yourself, being productive, managing to do things with that, the secret of success is being able to do things when no one is looking and do things successfully when no one is looking, right? That's when you succeed in business, when you actually take massive action, even though no one's there, no one's over your back telling you what to do, but you still get it done anyway. That's leading yourself. And once you've done that a long period of time, you're now able to get other people on board because you can't handle all of the business that you have now. So many people want your services. So you need to hire someone to replace yourself in those small menial tasks that you can't do anymore. That's when you begin to expand and grow your business. And eventually you will have 10 employees, you will have 100 employees, you will have 1,000 employees. And like Rockefeller said, or whoever said it, I don't remember, Andrew Carnegie maybe, I'd rather get 1% of someone else's productivity than 100% of my own productivity, right? You'd rather have 1% of a lot of people's productivity and just them getting 99% because you've provided them with the job, with an opportunity for them to make money, and then you get a small percentage of the things that they do. That's capitalism. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic because people need jobs, obviously. Right? Being a capitalist is a fantastic thing that you should be fired up outside your brain about, which I am on a daily basis. I love capitalism, not because we're using other people, but we're helping other people at the same time as we're helping customers. We're helping everyone when you're a capitalist. Unless you're using deceit, or you're using, you're being dishonest or not integral, but that's going to catch up with you eventually, always. You can get rich at funneling a product. Like, for example, someone who did drop shipping and they made a commercial of a guy who's a model, an actor, and they basically said on the commercial that this guy's a billionaire and he uses this amazing pillow in order for him to be productive. And because of this pillow, he's made millions and millions of dollars. And then I look at the name of this guy that they're talking about on this commercial. Like, these people were literally deceiving people to buy this pillow that's not going to make people rich, right? And I studied out. I looked at this guy. I researched him. Was he a billionaire in Japan? Whatever. And guess what? He was an actor model who had nothing to do with that product, nothing to do with that company, nothing to do with anything. I was so disappointed in those people. And I hope that no one ever buys anything from them ever again, because it's not truthful. It's not transparent. It's not integral, and it's not the truth. We have the truth as the optimal, or as one of our pillars of this movement. Truth, freedom, family. That's it. And once we understand that, we can actually build sustainable businesses. Because once people trust you and you've been trustworthy throughout your entire life, I'm integral, and I never do anything to jinx someone else up. And if I do jinx someone else up, I take full ownership and responsibility for it, and then I compensate them for my lack thereof, right? For my lack of integrity. If you do that continuously, constantly, over a long period of time, people will begin to trust you. When people trust you, they want to invest $10 million in your project. When they trust in you, they want to invest $100 million, $1 billion into your project. This is how you become successful, guys, over the long haul, over the long term. Don't think short term. That's feminine. Think long term, because people will trust you and it'll be absolutely amazing. Let's see. Serious Q, dude. Don't say the exact amounts. You count over 100,000. Bro, I'm on the Men of High Value channel. It says right there. I have 2,700 people on my channel. Anyway, so what am I studying? Okay, because that might be interesting for you guys to know. What am I studying on a continual basis? Who are my influencers? If I'm going to influence you, I got to have someone who's influencing me as well. And I'll tell you, these are the things that I would recommend that you guys subscribe to, other than my channel as well. And no, don't laugh, dude. I'm not laughing, but yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes I hope that you guys are okay with asking questions. I sometimes feel that I'm a bit harsh with those people who ask questions, and that's not my intention at all. It's just kind of like I'm in the vibe of things, but there's no such thing as a silly question. So thank you for commenting down below. But okay, these are the people that I follow that I would recommend that you subscribe to in general as well. I'm gonna have the links of the people that I coach on down below, so follow them, of course. But also, what's important right now? I would say Ivan on Tech. Ivan on Tech. Check out his YouTube channel. He's had 200,000 subscribers on his channel for a very long time. He's younger than I am by a lot, and he's a blockchain Bitcoin expert. Okay, he's a programmer and he has an academy that's absolutely amazing. If you understand where money is going, which direction financials is going, we understand that all of these fiat currencies of the dollar, the euro, the Norwegian kroner, all of these currencies are going to become worthless eventually. Why? Because they're not bound by the gold standard. A currency has to be bound by the gold standard in order for it to be eternal, because there's nothing else that's eternal other than the gold standard in terms of a fiat currency that's paper money. If you understand that, then you'll want to also understand the digital gold standard, in my opinion, which I believe is the future together with gold and silver. Gold and silver is always going to be there, but I believe that Bitcoin is going to make a huge surge, not only in the short term, and I wouldn't educate myself just for the short term on it. I would understand the principles of Bitcoin for the long term. And if you have any inclination towards programming, I would definitely get on that bandwagon immediately to study it out. I'm not a programmer. I don't intend to become a programmer. I'm about relationships. I'm about family. I'm about education. Okay? I'm educating people. That's my job. That's my goal. I want to be a life coach. I want to be a coach for the rest of my life. I want to create a community of men of high value. I want to create businesses that duplicate themselves. I don't want, other than that, I'm going to invest a lot of my cash in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies over the long haul. Why? Because remember, one of my pillars is freedom. The 3 pillars of the movement: truth, freedom, family. Freedom. With massive government, you can never ever be free. I don't want to be a 2/3 slave anymore, and you probably don't either. And if you're on board with me, you will begin to study out cryptocurrency and blockchain and Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin, because it has the potential to take over the monetary policies of every single country in the world. If we can get every individual on planet Earth to understand Bitcoin and to begin to use it, not only use it right now, we're in the beginning stages. It's only been the first 10 years right now of Bitcoin. And if you understand its potential 100 years from now, you would heavily get into this space immediately to understand it. And if you don't want to be part of the space in terms of building it up, then at least learn about it and invest in it. This is no financial, this is just financial education, no financial advice, but understand that how it works and why it's so powerful and why it can overthrow governments in the future. Overthrow governments in the sense that they cannot take your money away. And once it becomes massively adopted by the entire human population, they can't make it illegal anymore. They can't put you in prison. They can't fine you for using it. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. This will be the first time in world history that the government cannot come in and take your wealth and take away your freedom. And if they do, they can't take away your money. My gosh, I love it. I love the entire aspect of it. So understand it. Ivan on Tech is the go-to guy in order to understand it, in my opinion. There's also other guys, but once you understand him, you'll find out everyone else. The other ones that I recommend is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Understand the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Understand the book, Cash Flow Quadrant. Understand his whole entire concept of helping you understand what's going on with the monetary system these days. If you understand these two, you're understanding money, you're understanding financials, and you're understanding business. Okay? That's what I recommend for you guys. Robert Kiyosaki, understand him. Valuetainment, Patrick Bet David, fantastic guy. Has 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Amazing how he's come up. He's got an amazing business as well. Those guys, amazing. These are the guys I'm watching, guys. I'm telling you everything. Grant Cardone. If you haven't read 10x Rule or listened to it by audio, oh my gosh, one of the best books that I've ever listened to. I had to listen to it. I never managed to get it on a hard copy yet, but I listened to it literally 15 times or more. Like, it was insane how amazing that book is. So I would highly recommend that you get that book. And also listen to Grant Cardone. In my opinion, he's an amazing guy. He's family oriented, he's freedom oriented, and he's all about achieving his full potential. That's what I want for you guys. And another aspect is Peter Schiff. Now, Peter Schiff is a libertarian as well. All of these guys pretty much are libertarians, but Peter Schiff is a libertarian at heart, and he preaches about gold. And he understands what's going on with the government, understand what's happening, and amazing channel. He goes live every single day pretty much, except for the weekends. The only thing I wouldn't listen to when it comes to Peter Schiff is what he believes about Bitcoin. He believes it's a waste of time. He believes that it's a waste of money. He doesn't understand it, in my opinion. But everything else that he teaches is legit. It's absolutely amazing. Check him out. So those are the guys that I listen to. I would also study Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. There's several other books as well that he's written that are absolutely amazing. If you want to read books, those are the books I recommend. Also, the last book is Good to Great by Jim Collins. Understand those books, man. Oh my gosh. That is the best. If you understand those, you're going to become massively successful when it comes to monetary things. And then understanding people skills, how to win friends and influence people, and Les Giblin's book of skill with people. That's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you got something out of it. You probably clicked that a long time ago, but these are the things I'd recommend for you. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next one.